One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher.
My name is Greg Russ. What?
How was everything?
What do you mean?
Like, how was roller skating trains? Starlight Express.
I think if you go to Starlight Express and you expect something deep and philosophical and serious, then you're going to the wrong show.
Yes, of course.
But if you go to a show where you expect trains on roller skates, you probably won't be disappointed. I liked it. I liked the show.
Yeah,
if you look into the history of Starlight Express,
it's fueled by cocaine.
No, I guess Andrew Lloyd Webber was thinking, well, one, he had a son who I think died who was really into trains.
Oh, shit.
And that fueled his motivation to write this show, but he also was thinking about a way to introduce kids to theater.
Oh, okay.
And see, if you look at it through that lens, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, this is nice. So I liked the show. But then I started doing research about the show that's been running in Germany since 1988 after I saw that show. And man, I feel like I missed out. That Germany show, they take it really seriously.
Why? What do they do?
So in London, it's not even, like you have to go out to Wembley, which is not super far out of the city, but it's not in like the central part of the city, because they took a television studio and converted it so they could have the proper ramps and tracks and stuff for the show. So they have a dedicated theater too, but in Germany they've had this thing dedicated. And their ramps and their track, man, it really shows up the London one. And I was reading about the skating in Germany, and they go hard when the trains are racing. Like, they actually go hard, and it felt like London was playing it safe.
Which that makes sense.
Oh, come on, that makes sense. You want to be in a show about racing trains? You better fucking race like you're a train.
Those Germans, they do a lot of things 100%.
I guess the first run in the 80s, it played a long time in London. In the US, it only played, I don't even know if it made it a little over 2 years. And they actually converted like a Broadway theater pretty crazily into...
Really?
Yeah, like they fit it so it had this track, but I guess there were a lot of injuries.
The German one, you're saying?
No, I'm saying back when that had its original run in the 80s. Though it ran for a very long time in London. So I was thinking there was no appeal for it when I was a kid, because I got the soundtrack and I don't even know how I just knew it wasn't on Broadway. I don't know how you look shit up. You couldn't go to the Encyclopedia Britannica and say, when did Starlight Express run on Broadway? So, but I just thought, I guess it was a show people didn't really like, but I guess they did like it in other places. Americans just have no appetite for trains in general. We know this.
Well, I get. I think you're right, but also it might just, maybe it is better for kids, and so because it's Andrew Lloyd Webber, you think this is going to be something that is theater that I go see as an adult. So, all right, it makes sense. It makes sense that it didn't do that well. If it wasn't marketed as like the way that he intended.
I don't know what happened in the 80s on Broadway, but also reading into it more and then comparing side-by-side videos, the dancing in Germany is much better. I know it's difficult on roller skates, but a lot of the people in London, and I feel weird that I'm even saying this, never in my life would I thought I'd be the kind of person who said the dancing was better. I never really knew much about. I still don't know much about dancing. I just know. I've mentioned before. I watched a video of cats on a cruise ship, part of a video, and there was something just off. Like, they weren't bad dancers, but I couldn't tell you why they weren't good enough. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was just off a bit. Where like you realized how stupid the show was, and whatever that little extra bit.
Interesting. It's almost like what we've talked about with Home Alone 3 or 4, whatever the really terrible one is, with like the 3 guys. Isn't it 3 robbers or something? And one's a woman or something?
Yeah, the third. I never saw the third one. But
me either. But the way that is so terrible versus the first 2, which have so much potential to be bad, but is so good. And it's because the people in it were dedicated to being the people and not being too cartoony. even though there's a part where he electrocutes himself and literally turns into a skeleton and back to himself. Like, that has huge potential for being so lame and like schmaltzy and dumb. But it's still, the whole thing is so good. I guess because they I don't know, they're playing it straight almost. But if there's just like a little bit of a slight turn to the weird, to the like the too goofy, the whole thing loses its integrity.
They could have gone in and said, fuck this movie, it's a paycheck for me. And maybe they did. I don't think that they did, but maybe being a good actor means you can still go half-ass it and still do a pretty good job. Like, I don't know. Robert De Niro, people always say, goes in and half-asses it, but I've never really seen anything of his that I thought, wow, he's amazing. It feels like even in Taxi Driver, it's like, okay. Like, yes, there's a performance there that I can appreciate, but it's a bit subdued. Like, there's nothing that I feel as though I've seen him in that really pushes the limits of what he does. He always kind of plays the same type of character.
Yeah, he does.
But, have I ever watched and thought, I'm not saying I haven't watched a movie he was in it, so that movie sucks, but I've ever watched a movie where he performed and thought, man, he really sucked. But apparently he half-asses it quite often these days. So
sometimes people that are kind of blank slates can snap into a character pretty easy. You know what I mean? Because there's not a whole lot. Well, it seems like there's not a whole lot of personality to them. So there's not a lot of personality to overcome to become somebody else, you know? And that's how I feel like Robert De Niro is. It's like it's easy for him to just be a guy and be in whatever guy he is.
Well, somebody's going to say, "How dare you say it?" And they're probably right. I don't know enough about his career, and I've seen plenty of movies with him in it. But for whatever reason, I've never really thought I need to know more or really dig into this deeper, which I tend not to do in general. Like even talking about Home Alone, I know Joe Pesci wanted to. He was thinking, "Man, I'm in all these R-rated gangster movies. I want to expand out and do a kids movie. Maybe it could be fun, even though he was still a bad guy." I like the way Home Alone comes up so often on this show. And Home Alone 3, maybe the people, I'm not saying they half-assed it, but maybe it is the difference. Like, they're just not quite what they need to be.
Yeah. It's just it's so hard to figure out exactly what it is that made it okay and then all of a sudden not okay, especially from 2 to 3.
There's a line. There's some line.
Like all that slapstick, like not would it even be slapstick? It's not really, because it's like
it's just physical comedy. But
physical comedy, yeah. But with the, I mean, in 2, when they get smushed by the door after that tool thing smushes into them, and then that was the sound of a toolbox falling down the stairs, and then they their noses. Like, that is so dumb in so many other movies, but for some reason it's okay in Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2 did get more cartoonish in certain ways.
It did, but it still was okay. Like, it didn't get lame.
I guess you could argue it's all cartoonish because so many of those things would have killed the person or seriously injured them.
The brick.
Yeah.
The paint cans.
But even in the first one.
Oh my God, in the second. Okay, I know we're still in the first one, yes, but in the second one with that big, like, I don't know, piece of, what is that? That big, like, column? It's like a black
it's like a
tube
pipe
thing? Pipe, thank you. I don't know I can't think of a word. Pipe? Yeah. Bam. Skull fracture.
Yes, I think arguing the merits of the attacks and how much damage they would actually do. It's probably been deeply studied somewhere else in some podcast that takes the time to do research and talks to experts and really digs in. We
don't know enough about,
Which is what this show is. You think a lot of these people don't know? They find the people who claim that they know, but they actually put time into doing the podcast. Like, we have a crew of people who do the research and do the outreach and set everything up. It's pretty insane the level some podcasts go.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, you want to record? I ask you, a few hours before.
Yeah.
And then we got so lazy. We don't even settle on one topic anymore.
It's too hard. Too much pressure.
Just bring up Home Alone again. So getting back though, I guess there was a lot of arm and hand dancing. I don't.
Oh.
I liked the show. This is the problem with looking into things after the fact and then reading what other people say and seeing some truth in it and seeing side by side comparisons to that German Starlight Express, which now I need to go see. Seeing Starlight Express, I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Oh my God.
The stupid dog again. I don't. The beast. Mm-hmm. The bark of the beast. You need to. They make. I know you say the muzzle doesn't keep it from barking, but it can.
I can get the remote that beeps him.
You can. I would like hold your mouth closed, like grab to the bridge of your nose, and then try to bark. You can still bark, but it'd be inside of it.
Yeah, but he can. You can open your mouth. It's to prevent. It's not to stop them from opening their mouths. It's to prevent them from getting to you.
I know, biting.
With their bite.
I understand.
Yeah. I don't have a muzzle anyway.
So anyway, the show was good.
Well, good. You had a good time. It was like...
The stage was too small, though, for them to do more intricate stuff. That's what people said. When you read on the internet, you go back and forth. People say the costumes in the German show are better, and the dancing is better, and they do faster races. And then people say the stage was too small here, and I don't give a shit what you say. I don't know why people have to always take sides.
People have opinions, you know?
Yeah, it's the problem. They think their opinion is important enough to put to text, send it out over the internet.
Well, I mean, our discussions are similar. It's like, why do we?
Yeah, I'm aware. I know.
Okay.
That's why I don't.
You don't like to think about it too much.
Yes. The few times I post on Reddit, I think after the fact, why the fuck did I? Who cares?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
There is that.
Why are you taking your time to? And there's things I've posted that I've put thought into, and I think that's a good comment. I contributed something. This is worthwhile. And then I think, who the fuck are you to say it's worthwhile? It's all trash. It's all garbage.
Well, I wouldn't say it's all garbage. There are, I'm sure, things that you've contributed and said and done that are very interesting and important and significant for people. I think the next step that would be bad is to like hold yourself to like start almost like proselytizing. What is the word?
I'm gonna leave you hanging on that one.
Profit. You know what word I had really hard time with the other day was similarly. No. Similarly? What was it? Peculiarly.
Okay.
You try it.
No.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I'm not falling into your trap.
It's not a trap.
It is a trap.
Peculiarly.
It's a difficult one. I don't deny that. That's why I'm not going to.
It's too many R's and L's. That's what my friend Allison said. I was like, Allison, how do I say this? She was like, peculiarly.
Nice try. You ain't making me sound like a fool.
Yeah, well, I sounded like a fool in front of everyone at trivia. I was like, I can't fucking say this word. I can do it now, peculiarly. But at the time, I could not get my brain wrapped around those R's.
And so you lost the audience. How can they trust the quiz master who can't even pronounce the words properly? See, I can't pronounce. I knew I was going to make a fool of myself.
Ploplerly.
It was a self-fulfilling prophecy because my line was going to be, you're not going to make me sound like a fool. I'll do that on my own at some point.
You're not going to sound a fool like me. Ah, dang it.
And then it came sooner than later. Yeah, looking at all my contributions on Reddit. Yeah, real good stuff here. The actual posts I've made, not comments.
Okay.
I'm the main character. I like this one because I like finding videos of people who are full of themselves and think there's something special online. As you know, that it's one of my favorite things. I love influencers and people desperate for attention. So it's fun to find videos where people think they're doing something entertaining or important, and then you post it and everyone roasts them and said these people are annoying as fuck. So that's a fun one.
Okay.
And then
I don't know if that's fun, but okay.
Yeah. Well, this one got 2024 upvotes. So
whoa, big
Thank
money.
You. Thank you very much. It's a video of these Italian idiots who just go around bothering people in different places by
Italian idiots.
Yeah, making loud chirping noises and laughing and burping, belching. They think they're funny. They just bother people who are trying to live their lives. That's
Why
what they do.
That?
What?
Why do they do that?
Because it gets them engagement. For whatever reason, people think it's hilarious. I guess 14-year-old, 15-year-old me would have thought it was funny.
I guess.
Because going to places and causing issues.
Yeah.
Going to the mall and saying, Mom! Mom!
No, that's kind of funny.
It's still not... You're going into a public place and you're being annoying.
Yeah.
But at least I wasn't incorporating other people, like bothering people. There were times, you take it to the next step, where I would just walk ahead of my friends and pick out a guy. And then I would point at him and I'd say, there he is. And then I'd turn around to my friends. I'd like, he's here. There he is. He's here. I found him. There he is. And that's fucked up because you're bothering a person who was just trying to live their life.
True. Yeah.
See, you like it. You would like this
well, as a
chirping
kid,
Italian idiot.
I would not probably, but I think that I like that as a kid for sure. I would have thought that was really funny.
Well, we all go through it, I think. Not everyone, but a lot of people, teenagers, go through that phase where bothering other people. You know, we hid in trees at one point over a sidewalk and fell out of them when people walked by.
Oh, people were probably nervous for you.
Simultaneously scaring the fuck out of them.
Uh-huh.
The only difference was, and I'm not saying we wouldn't have filmed it, if we had the ability to film it, and when we did get a camcorder from Sears, we did film stuff. But for the most part, you didn't film the shit. You just did it. So
yeah,
the fact it can be documented now, it's not lost on me that if I had the opportunity, if I was born at a different time, all those stupid fucking things probably would have been documented.
Yeah, for sure.
But despite the fact of my participation, I look at it and I think, shut the fuck up. And plus the Italian twerping, tweeting idiot, whatever the fuck I want to say, chirping twerp. He's like 40 something.
Oh, yeah, gross. So he's somebody that's like doing stuff for YouTube?
He can make this loud whistling noise. Like I say, chirp, but it's like really just this loud noise that catches people off guard. And then the camera always pans to his dumb fucking dad. I think it's his dad. And his dad laughs. And then they teamed up with these belchers.
Now that I don't like. There's somebody that is on TikTok that I keep saying I don't like it. Like I do the like broken heart little button, to filter it out because I hate it. This guy like walks around, just like walking by people, and then I guess he farts. I don't know if he really does, but there's like a fart sound, and they look back at him. Whoa! I was like, ugh, I hate this. Stop it.
Yeah, these belching guys. There's two of them. I guess they compete, and then they've teamed up.
That's gross. Don't do that.
They can belch loudly, and they do it.
Yeah.
Here, I'll send you the. You can watch. You'll love it. You can log into your Reddit account.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Then there was some other dickhead who was bothering people on a subway. I don't know why this one got removed. I thought it was a pretty good one.
Oh, I've heard this. I've heard that guy laughing.
Yeah, it's something that probably happened organically once and went viral, and then they made a fucking whole account where all they do is go around bothering people now. So you like it. You enjoy it.
No, it's lame. I hate it.
And then this guy was the fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. This is some just dude on the subway. I fucking hate him. If I saw this guy, I would smash his face in. You'll see. You'll see. But again, for whatever reason, this got removed by the moderators from I'm the main character. He's like acting like a dinosaur or something on the fucking train.
Oh, that lady's dog is very upset.
The issue here is that guy's also in his late 30s or something. He's not.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking teenager.
It's really, really strange because I think it's making us like. If they're younger, you can excuse it a little bit, right? You can say that's stupid, but okay, you're stupid and young. But once you're older, it's like, wait, why are you being stupid and dumb?
Because you made a name. You're known. You're known.
Are they? I don't know who they are.
They have followers. They have a lot of fucking people who engage in their posts, even though it's the same thing every time.
You know, like in It's Always Sunny when she thought that her boyfriend that was that rapper might have Down syndrome.
Yes.
I feel like that's how, and he's eating the popcorn and laughing. Like that's how I imagine people laughing at this stupid shit.
Then my other post, I bought a watch about a year ago that was a limited edition, and I posted it in the watch forum. I got 32 upvotes.
Ooh,
It's nothing. Then I posted something before the Braves season, which I would rather not talk about. And the Braves subreddit, the Braves blow. Oh, the injuries. It was a season of injuries. Shut up. And then when Tim Andrews was making Theo Vaughn. No. Okay, Tim Andrews, I mean, he still does this, but he makes AI videos.
Oh, yeah.
So he was doing some Bryan Cranston things. Bryan Cranston shares his favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And beyond Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston and Aaron's relationship where they're eating these clams. I posted those to the Breaking Bad meme subreddits.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then one got removed, and I told Tim that I posted them, and of course he went and obsessed over it. He's like, what?
Oh, God.
What?
Why would you tell him?
And then he was making some Theo Vaughn videos, like Theo's Thanksgiving, and I sent that to the Theo Vaughn subreddit, and somebody claiming to be Theo's producer for the podcast reached out, and it seemed legit. I looked into it, but it's weird because I posted it, but then I had to say, well, I had to somehow get them in contact with Tim, and it felt too convoluted. And so I think I said something along the lines of, I was like, yeah, but this is like a different account. Can I give you my other Reddit? And then I think it felt too weird to the guy. Or he never actually cared to follow up. I don't know what he would have done, brought Tim onto the podcast. I have no clue. But that's the issue when you're posting for other people, and then it garners some kind of reaction, and then you have to get that reaction and contact with the person who created the thing. And I could have just said I posted this for a friend. This is actually who made it, but that didn't feel. I don't know. It was like, this. I need a different. I mean, I have a different account. Can you write that? It was over. It was over.
Oh man. Oh man. What is wrong with you guys?
Yeah, and then and just like that, I apparently posted in. Why the fuck do Charlotte and Harry have such a small bed? And they're in
a queen.
That's not a queen.
Oh, it's not a king.
It's
a queen XL.
It's a full.
No.
It's not a queen size bed.
Harry, just like that.
We can't spend
bed.
I'll have to send you, just like the others, I'll send you this one.
Oh, I see it.
No,
it's a total full. It's got to be a queen. We have to at least give him that.
No, I don't think that's a queen. I have a queen size bed. That ain't no queen. That's a full.
Ain't no queen.
I understand that it's a set.
It doesn't matter. Carrie's bed was bigger than that in the show.
I knew you would like this, that I posted to, and just like that.
It is really bad.
It's supposed to be the same room that she lived in with, what's his name from Twin Peaks?
Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah, that's not the same room. They're supposed to be in the same apartment.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same apartment. I think that they gave fucking... What's the daughter's name? Lily? They probably gave her the room. Like, here, you can have our master bedroom. He goes, oh, love us.
And please.
Yeah. Oh, God, don't kill yourself.
Another post that I made, and yet another betrayal of Miranda's character.
Oh my God, so many problems with fucking Miranda. She's not Miranda. This is like a COVID fever dream. The whole, and just like that is just, she's going to wake up and Big's going to be alive. He's going to tell her like, oh, you've been dreaming. I had a nightmare. That all my friends were really different and didn't make any sense.
I post plenty of, and just like that, and Love is Blind things.
Love is Blind.
If people click on my profile, I bet they're confused. Like, what?
Because of your point, you're like doing watches, and
I'm doing watches. I'm posting fights in Public Freakout. I'm a total piece of shit subreddit where a dude's wiping out all the candy in a Wawa, just shoving it in a bag, not caring that he's openly stealing, and nobody's stopping him. Things in What Could Go Wrong. A man with frostbitten hands. Like, I've got some of these.
Whoa.
Some of these, that Wawa guy had 28,500 upvotes. That was a very successful post.
Wait, so how did you find the guy with the candy?
It's just reposting shit.
Okay.
It's like you're on Instagram and you see the video and you're like, oh, I'm going to download this video and then I'll go post it on Reddit because I'm chasing upvotes. That's all it is.
Oh, do you feel like you're chasing upvotes?
I'm not actively chasing them, but when you're posting that,
yeah,
the idea is like, let's see if this one can garner some momentum.
Yeah.
And then there was one time, I don't know if it was I guess I could look through. One of the posts I made was doing just as well. It was like tens of thousands of upvotes, and then the mods pulled it, and I was getting if you need help. Like, people were reporting the post as if I was suicidal.
Oh, I remember, because what did you say? You were like,
I didn't say anything. This
didn't
had nothing.
You say something about like people should kill themselves if this is like something like that?
No, I don't think that was this post. This had nothing to, like, it's just what people do sometimes when something is, has traction, and for whatever reason other people report it because they don't like the fact that it's getting attention. Because the world's fucked up and the person, I don't know, is thinking, I'm the one who wants to have the upvotes. I don't like this one. So I'm going to report this person as being suicidal, because I guess that's the one that gets the most attention because they don't want to fuck around. They're like, oh,
right, yeah.
And so like the moderators pulled it and it was going strong. And I wrote them. I was like, why'd you pull this? And then they said something like, you should be happy. It's like, just be happy with your 35,000 upvotes. Oh. And I thought
they're not going to reinstate it because it's too scary for them. Because why do people think it was a suicide thing?
It's not. They were just doing it to get it removed. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a suicide thing.
But so like the moderators just like, if there's any mention of that from other people, like an accusation, then they'll just remove it no matter what?
I don't know if always. I can't say what went into their thinking behind it.
Yeah.
But the fact I reached out, I was like, why couldn't I just leave it alone? Like, when the moderator responded with that, I did think, you're probably right. Why the fuck did I write you asking if you could reinstate it? Because it's not like, these are things that I'm not putting. The Love is Blind and and just like that, and some of the Braves things. There's things I put thought into. These are just reposts. I'm just finding fucking videos and reposting.
Right, yeah,
I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, because if they had taken something down that you would put effort into instead of just reposting, then I would then it would make more sense for you to take the time to do that. But
that's when I would sit there and think to myself, what the fuck are you? What is this?
Yeah. So
I haven't posted like ripped. Well, I say that. I think one of the latest things was the I'm the main character stuff. But that's also because I want to get a conversation going, shitting on the people I find annoying. The other stuff I kind of backed off on because I felt like a loser posting these things. Looking through, I was pretty active at one point. I did a Better Call Saul post. So many are missing the point of Jimmy's confession. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the end of Better Call Saul. Jimmy confesses at the end to everything when he could have gotten off. You never finished that show, did you?
No, I finished it. I've watched it twice.
You watched it twice?
Yeah, I went through and watched all of Breaking Bad and then I watched all of Better Call Saul. Oh, and I watched that one with Aaron Paul where it's like what happens after he leaves.
El Camino.
Yeah. I watched that again too.
I like that. The only problem with that is what's his name is fat.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be before the end of Breaking Bad and some of the after.
Yeah.
Well, there's flashbacks, right? So
yeah,
before...
there's flashbacks, but so that guy that's like real simple, like he seems kind of nice, but he's actually like a real bad guy.
Yeah, the one who shoots the kid.
Yeah, what's his name?
Jesse Plemons.
No, not Jesse.
No, and his real name is Jesse Plemons.
Oh, I don't care about his real name. I'm talking about his character.
Todd?
Todd! Yeah. Todd.
Yeah. Somehow Eric got wind of that scene in that episode and decided never to watch Breaking Bad because of it.
He's an idiot.
I get it. A kid is shot. It's fucked up.
Yeah. I got to go get the thing. He's really barking a lot. Hold on a second.
All right. It's 2 shows in a row. 2 shows in a row where she has to break away, though I'm just rambling myself this show and not giving her a lot of room to speak. I'm aware. I'll ask her when she comes back. I'll ask, you ever post anything to Reddit? Open the door for her. She'll probably say no. And, they'll have to go back to me talking about myself and the things that I posted. I'm not special, though. I don't think I'm special or important or interesting like all these other people who are posting so much shit to the internet just because I'm doing a podcast. I'm not thinking that about myself. This is really an exercise in grounding myself.
Okay, sorry.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
So you ever post anything to Reddit?
I think I have.
You post anything in general, other places? Message boards?
No, I'll put comments on TikToks sometimes.
Thoughtful comments or just cute starry eyes?
Yeah. I put just water droplets.
I think that is a favorite of yours that pops up in the radio show group chat quite often.
Well, yeah, because that's funny.
Yeah, squirting.
Squirt, squirt. Hi. Whoa.
Yeah, what was that?
My name is Anna. That's my thing about, I'm on the Hoff and Pepper customer service, so I made a video about it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Awesome.
I just... my imagination is running wild, I guess. I think of you doing some kind of work and then turning towards the camera like, hi, my name is Autumn. Is that what you did?
No, I'll send it to you. Hold on.
Do people know about this? They know you're doing work
it's all
with
over the place.
I know. Have we talked about it on this show, though?
Oh, I don't think so.
You're shifting careers because radio ain't getting you nowhere.
Yeah, there's somebody that commented like we're petitioning Eric, they said, which doesn't make sense, but to get you paid more. Good fucking luck.
I think Eric could have more influence if he really wanted.
He's not going to do anything.
I also think the approach to the show is not the proper way to go. It should have been one giant budget for the show and then it's doled out.
Yeah.
Instead of everyone negotiating on their own. That's how most big shows do it. I understand that the show itself is not syndicated and it's on one station, but I still feel as though it could have been treated the same. It's like, hey, I'm negotiating the full budget for the show. This is going to cover all, cast costs.
Yeah.
But whatever. Negotiate on your own.
Well, and so many things. Like, do you know why Doug... Oh, you told me that. The reason why Doug left.
Hey, we shouldn't be airing the dirty laundry.
All right. Well, other things happened, too, that Jared told me about for himself. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, you can tell me off the recording.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, it wasn't surprising. It was more like, that makes sense. Continued disappointment.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Somebody been working, well, I was thinking of Jared, even though I don't know what happened. It applies to you. Working on the show for 10 years. It's like, no, just give it time. I know. Just give it some time. We'll get there. It's like 10 years. It's not enough time.
Well, that's what they've told me the entire time I've been there. And I haven't been an employee for 10 years, but I've been doing the show for 10 years.
You've been an employee. You've been an employee.
Not 10 years. Yeah, almost 9 years.
I guess at some point you were under the same system I have, where I'm technically an employee of a third-party company that just pays me.
Right. So, like, I haven't technically been an employee of WSB for the 9 years that I've done the show, but I've done the show for 9 years on the radio station for, like, how long has it been? It's been 7 or 8?
It was 2014 when we did the Basement podcasts.
I know, but I'm saying once we joined WSB, was that 20?
No, I think that was the end of 2014. So you're approaching 10 years when it was just a weekend show.
So yeah, it was since then. It's been, hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on.
Just give it some time.
Yep, we got you. You're so talented. We love you on the show. And gosh, you really bring so much. And that really means a lot. Okay. Until it's like, okay, now, thank you. I've heard that. I appreciate that. Now pay me more.
Yeah. Shouldn't have fallen for it up front.
I know. What can you do? You believe people.
I know when you're new to doing something,
people,
when you're new to doing something on a regular full-time basis.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks. I'm glad that you think I'm good.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, it's like, fucking tell me by paying me. That's how you show me. Just give it some time. I mean, when the regular guys were on for 10, thinking about when Eric left, not the show after that, 98 to 2013. So they had 15 years. And this show probably won't reach that because Eric will retire. But if he went to 65, it would reach it. It would match it. Mm-hmm. The point is, the show's been on for a long time. It's been on for a long time. It's been on for 2/3 of the amount of time that the regular guy show was on. That's saying something.
But I guess if they can't do it, if they don't have the budget.
So point is,
do it. It's like, okay then. All right.
Point is, you've shifted gears into the hot sauce business now.
I've not shifted gears. I have added eggs to a basket.
Okay. Well, at some point.
I've removed some eggs from other baskets.
So you're doing social media posts and customer service, or you're not doing social media yet?
Yeah, I am doing some social media. I'm like keeping up with like comments and maybe any questions that come through social media, but I'm going to be like, I'm going to be doing social media eventually. Like more, it'll be, right now it's mostly customer service. And I'm figuring out the social media stuff. Like finding what works, what doesn't work, what kind of stuff, I want to produce. Just like figuring that out. I've never done it for a business before. So I have to just like learn that, I guess. So that's what I'm doing.
I can help you.
I know. Thank you. I'll ask you.
As the person who gets 35,000 upvotes.
Yeah.
Here's one that got 730.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Someone has like a little, it's not a Tesla coil, but have you seen the Tesla coils play music?
Yes, I have seen that.
Like they zap. This is just
I saw
like
it at a science thing once, like a science fair thing.
This is exposed wires, not in Tesla coil form, but set up so that they arc to other pieces of metal, playing the Maniac Mansion theme. I should start it over so we can hear the beginning. Love that rune tone. Oh, that's not the right one.
That's not it.
This is...
What's in my head?
There's one with Maniac Mansion. I played the wrong one.
I want to hear the Maniac Mansion. Side and I take a deep breath. I hate this song.
I always thought of...
But I love the way that sounds.
For whatever reason. I mean, I like the way that sounds too. I think that's why I was drawn to it.
Yeah.
And even that in itself with like the 8-bit sound has Maniac Mansion vibes to it.
It does, for sure.
That one got 729. Not my best work, but
wait, I want to hear the Maniac Mansion one.
oh, I thought I didn't actually post that one. I'm sorry. I misled you. I thought that was the one that I posted, and I'm surprised that I didn't, but I think I posted I think I posted the one that I thought would get more traction because I didn't. Maniac Mansion, though, it either gets 0 traction or gets a bunch because it stirs nostalgia. Then people are like, oh, yeah, I love that game. And then you get a lot of whatever. Maybe that's why I only got 729. I used to think of the person singing that song as the same person who's the Chiquita Banana Woman. I don't know why or how that connection was made in my brain, but I remember being at the pool as a kid, climbing up the high dive. That music was playing at the little bar behind us. That song, Four Non-Blondes. Mm-hmm. And for whatever in my mind, I just thought of like the Chiquita Banana Woman singing it.
Wait, so the actual, like the Chiquita Banana character, or that lady that had the fruit on her head? That
The
was
one
a singer
who had
in
the fruit on her head.
40s. Oh, okay.
But how the connection was made to that song,
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no clue. But it made sense in my kid's brain that the Chiquita Banana Woman with the fruit on her head would be the one singing that song.
But she's not the Chiquita Banana Woman. She's just a woman with that. What is her name?
Well, whatever. Who's the other one?
I.
No, you look up the Chiquita Banana Woman and you see a woman with fruit on her head.
Yes, but that's
the Chiquita Banana Woman. Nice. I see one that's an actual banana itself, but I don't buy that.
No, there's a fuck, what's her name? Carmen Miranda. That's who I'm thinking of.
No clue. That's not the Chiquita Banana Woman.
Okay, but this lady that was a real person, that was like the Chiquita Banana person, she was taking her look and her everything from Carmen Miranda.
Carmen Miranda was born when? 1909. When did the Chiquita? I mean, I wouldn't put it past a corporation to steal a look. I'm not saying that has never happened. This is why we need a producer to look this stuff up for us while we continue to speak. The Chiquita Banana. Okay, so there you go. Chiquita Banana Woman was created in 1944. Carmen Miranda was dead 11 years later.
Ah! Yeah,
1955.
Carmen Miranda.
I like you very much. I think you're great. Why is it that when I feel a touch, my head stops to beat a bang?
All right, it's enough. Before copyright infringement sets in. Before the algorithm says, what are you fucking doing?
Oh, this is a great song. Real quick, hold on. This is the best. Hold on, it's coming.
Not too long.
Okay.
Without her, we wouldn't have had the Trollolo Man. The internet used to be a better place.
And then without him, we wouldn't have the that like you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. I'm not really sure. Yeah. What is that?
I don't even know how to look it up.
Look, these were reposts. These are
Yeah.
I bet the person who first posted the Trollolo Man isn't the one who got credit for it. Somebody else probably stole it and reposted it, and then at some point somebody else got a lot of credit. who wasn't the original poster, who wasn't the person who actually made the thing. So it's all dumb and weird. But there was a point in time when weird things were discovered and posted to the internet, and not just everything was a repost, or then people were trying to do things dumb and weird on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot of authenticity out there. You just have to... You might have to get through some stuff that's not authentic. There was a girl that was hiding in a bathroom, and she was listening to these two people have, like this sort of gossipy conversation. And I believed it the first time
Sorry, that's true. Stop.
It's the same one.
No, I wasn't looking for anything else. I just accidentally played that again.
I believed it the first time I came across it, and I swiped through it. I listened for a little bit, but then I was like, okay, I don't know. And then
stop it, Jesus.
The next time I found it, I watched it for a little bit longer, and I realized how loud the two other women were talking, and I don't know, I just got the idea that it wasn't real, and that kind of bummed me out. Oh man.
Some people say though, well, did you still find it entertaining? You watch movies, those aren't real.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's true. I get it. Oh, this is one that really made me sad. That didn't get more traction. And it was also removed for whatever reason. When I slowed down the Chipmunks theme.
Oh, yeah.
So you could hear the actual voice of the people singing
Yes.
instead of the high-pitched chipmunks. I don't know. People didn't really take to it. They didn't like it.
Wait, here's that song. Hold on. Hold on.
Sorry, that's correct. I knew what you were talking about.
Okay.
What did you search to find it?
I finally went, I was looking up tongue falsetto man. But I looked up ha 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 song. It worked.
We really need to get a better setup where we can play things through the feed and not out of our phone into the microphone.
Sounds pretty good though.
So Alvin and the Chipmunk, because this was something
Yeah,
I
I wanna
actually
hear that.
made. This was something I made myself. Did I just say mated? This is something I made.
I made it.
And I put some work into it, and nobody gave a shit. It wasn't interesting enough for people.
Watch out, 'cause here we come. It's been a while, but we're back with style, so yeah.
Oh, back with style.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when it's that high pitched thing.
Yeah, I thought
so
it's
to
been
me
a while, but we're back in style. It makes sense if it's back in style because it's been a while. They were around in the 40s or something.
and then they brought them back and marketed them to 80s
No,
kids.
we're the Chipmunks.
It sounds like one guy. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I think you would know better. Just layered. Like he probably sang in a few different pitches.
To have some fun, we'll bring you action and satisfaction.
Or is it just reverb? I can't tell. I think it's one person though.
Chipmunks,
But there's harmony.
CHIPM.
Yeah, so I think it's the same guy probably recorded and layered a track.
Yeah. Did you do the Christmas time is here?
I did do that at some point.
Yeah, because that one sounds more like dudes.
Chipmunks, guaranteed to brighten your day.
I did the Itchy and Scratchy one too. Where I'd sent that
Itchy
to
and Scratchy? Oh, you did?
I
they
sent that-
fight and fight and fight and fight and fight.
fight, bite.
Oh, they say bite?
Yeah, it's fight and bite. Where I sent that one to the group at some point. Do I still have that one? Did I delete it? I could see myself deleting it. Like even the
We
group.
fight and bark and fight and fight and fight and bark. Fight. Woof, woof, woof. The Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie show. And then Poochie goes back to his home planet at the end.
Where is it? Nothing like doing a fucking show. I posted it. I posted it to the. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here's the real voice.
Fight and fight. Fight. Itchy and Scratchy show.
Show.
And They fight and fight and fight. Fight, 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 fight. E.N.G. and Scratchy Show.
Show. I like the show.
People aren't interested in those kind of things. Hidden. To me, I found it to be like a time capsule. We heard these themes so many times in our lives that hidden in them is the person's real voice. But nobody cares. Not interesting enough. So I'll just go back to ripping videos from Instagram and reposting them.
Here's the... It's too slowed down, I think.
Who made this one? That's too slow.
That's way too slow.
See, what they did is they changed the tempo too. You can
do it without changing the tempo.
You can change the pitch without changing the tempo. So that was the cheap way to do it. They didn't do it correctly. Unlike me with my... Still changing the pitch lowered all the music, but the tempo was the same, so it didn't sound strange. Where did you find that? Yeah.
Oh, but listen. Well, that one's too low. Oh, see? Oh, okay. So this is how they had to do it, because they're from whenever the song came out, the original, right? So everything else had to be recorded first, like Dave saying stuff and the music, and then they had to slow it down so that the singers of the Chipmunks could sing it in their voices and then speed it all back up to the right tempo. So that's why it sounds like that.
But where did you find this? Did you just look for it?
Listen.
Christmas time is near.
Yeah, I found this. I mean, I did this one myself. A better version of it. I got to find it.
No, but
though.
that makes sense, I think. That's how they had to do it.
No, yes, the way you're talking about it,
Yeah.
because you had Dave talking in real time and the Chipmunks' voices were sped up and pitched up. Okay. But there's a way to do it so that it would all sound fine. This tempo would be the same. Dave's voice would be a little lower, but he wouldn't be like... Okay. Alvin. I'll prepare it for the next show, because I have no clue where the fuck it is.
Prepare!
This is what I do.
Christmas. Oh, wait, no, I'm doing they're just normal.
Not interesting enough for the internet.
Christmas. I'm really excited about Christmas coming.
Yeah, it's already here again. Pretty insane.
Well, not yet. We've got a while to go. But, all of that stuff where it gets like cold out and it's so
Does
nice
it?
inside.
Does it? I don't think it gets cold anymore.
Not like you want it to get. But it gets colder.
You know, it was cold in London. That was nice.
Oh, was it?
I mean, it wasn't super cold, but it was actually fall-like weather.
Yeah.
And don't ask me to convert it to centigrade, as I still call it, not Celsius.
Centigrade.
Nobody even uses that anymore. It's all Celsius. But it was, at night in the 40s. Low 40s, 42, 43, 44, 45, and the daytime got up to 70. It was nice fall weather. Unlike this dumb country, where it's like you come back and it's like, what? It's September 19th, 80 degrees.
Yeah, that seems like too warm. What about
the fucking flowers I put in my flower box that I planted way too late in the season, all withered because it's been so hot and there's been no rain and I haven't been around to water them.
It's going to get
It's not.
Into the 60s, in the 50s next week.
Yeah, it should already be in the 40s. Working
The
on
40s?
the 30s. Yes.
No, it should be in the 50s.
I know that summer's technically not over for what? 2 more days?
Yeah.
With today
That
being the
doesn't mean
19th? Yeah, it's all trash. Garbage.
Yeah.
I don't even know when the solstice is. I mean the equinox. This will be the equinox. Autumnal equinox.
Autumnal.
Idiot solstice, you fucking asshole. Autumnal equinox. Yeah, you would like it over in London since they all use autumn instead of fall.
Autumn.
Though, we get shit on for saying fall like it's a dumb thing. Oh, fall, because leaves fall. Mm-hmm. It apparently came from England first. They used to use fall.
Did they?
Yes. Yeah, they were in autumn all the time.
Autumn.
And then they shit on us for saying fall.
Do they shit on us? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, there's
Are they
people
talking smack about?
yeah, making fun of it.
us
Dumb
saying fall?
Americans. Dumb Americans. Fall. The trees
Fall.
fall. The leaves fall down.
Is that why it's called fall? Because the leaves fall?
I
It can't be.
think. I think that's why.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a little kid. Hey, what would you call this time of year? Oh, fall.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
The term fall was likely a deviation from Old English fall and fallen, both of which mean to fall from a height. Yeah, okay.
Harvest was also once known to refer to the season.
Oh, dude, everything was, what is it, like egalitarian? Is that the right word for it?
Harvest.
It's, equal. No, not egalitarian. What am I thinking of? Like when people are all connected to the seasons and the earth because of crops and harvests and things.
It's up to you to know the words you want to use.
I can't. It's a good point.
I can't help you.
Gr-
Look at
Starts with a
this.
G. Anyway,
The
what I'm saying is people used to be all connected to the earth and the cycles of what happens seasonally. And that's why people were like pagans. And that's why all of our Christian celebrations
No.
have all of these strange
No.
attachments in them that all come from paganism, like
How
eggs at Easter
fucking
and
dare
the
you.
and the tree that we
No.
bring in the house
No.
and the wreaths
No.
we make.
No.
Like, what the fuck does that
No.
have to do
Jesus
with baby
was born.
Jesus?
It was born on the 25th of December, and that's where it comes from. Don't you bring into these godless fucks? How dare you?
There's a lady on Real Housewives of New Jersey that, like, on Christmas, she was like, "Happy birthday, Jesus!"
I also shouldn't say the pagans are godless fucks. They believe in gods, but not
Yes.
the god.
Which one? There's so many.
The god who impregnated a woman against her will. I'm not saying that she didn't even know. It wasn't violent, but it's still pretty fucked up. I don't know. I was impregnant one day, and the next day I was. I didn't
That's
do anything.
also throughout, like, many religions start with some sort of virgin creation of someone. Like, didn't, like, Buddha come out of a lady's hip or something?
Well, where did Eve come from? Adam
I saw
severed
a thing
his rib.
I saw a thing on TikTok where this girl was like, "I'm starting to believe that Adam really ate the apple and blamed it on Eve, and that's why he has an apple stuck in his throat." I was like, "Oh shit, love that."
That's a nice theory.
Uh-huh.
If it were real on any level, then sure, I would
Yeah.
explore that. But Adam and Eve, there's a lot of
What is
incest.
that rib thing?
There was a lot of incest at one point. If they were the only two people on the planet, then they had to have kids who could procreate to continue.
Cain and Abel.
There's a
Oh,
lot.
it's lots of begats. It's the begatting, right? The begat.
There was a story that Mark Twain wrote that was basically just the story of the Immaculate Conception.
Oh, yeah?
But it was like a woman from Arkansas or Missouri. I wish I could remember the details. And she was like kind of trashy. And she cheated on her boyfriend. And it was just using the same story but different context and framing to prove how ridiculous it was. If it was a trashier woman and she suddenly got pregnant and she had a boyfriend and the boyfriend was asking her how the hell it happened. And then she just claimed, I don't know. It must be God. And then he said, okay, I believe you. And people are like, why do you believe her? Because she told me so, even though it's not the way people get fucking pregnant.
Yeah. This is true. It's good. What's wrong with it?
It was a good short story. And people just, okay.
Was Mark Twain gay?
I don't know. Maybe he was free.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was gay. I don't care if he was.
We're all free.
He was not simply gay. I mean, maybe he was probably bisexual.
Yeah. Why do we think, like, just the fact that I ask, you know, it's like you never did he have a wife?
He did have a wife. Had 4 children. He was all over the place. He was one of those guys. There were a lot of women involved in his life and probably dudes you don't know about.
Probably.
Nothing wrong.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
I'm just you were saying there's something wrong.
Well, I'm just interested.
How could one of the greatest novelists shut up? How could
We're the Chipmunks.
Greatest
CHIPMUNK.
One of the greatest American novelists couldn't be gay. How dare you? Or bisexual. He had to be a straight man who loved women so much that he couldn't help himself. That's a real man.
Should I Google, is Mark Twain gay?
Sure, you can Google it.
Gay?
I'm looking for a closing Reddit post.
He isn't associated with any gay men who might have been lovers.
Not associated, huh?
No.
Well, he was good at hiding it. He knew it would ruin his career because people were dumb.
When was he alive?
I don't know. Year born.
God, he died in 1910.
35 to 10.
All right. It's not long enough ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, it seems like he's from such a long time ago, but I guess he's not.
No, I was thinking about this earlier, that the 1900s to a whole group of people, it's like, oh my God, you were born last century.
Yeah, last century.
It's fucking weird to them.
Uh-huh.
And this century
just
is
like
already...
how I feel like it's weird when you meet someone who's a peer that was born in the 2000s.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't remember 9/11 because I was 1. You're like, the fuck?
Yeah, but I'm 25 now, 24.
Yeah. How's that possible? I guess it is.
Look, you're already 25 years into the 2000s.
I know.
It's becoming easier to see how 2100 really isn't that far away.
Yeah.
Like, you won't be alive to see it, but it's not that far away. And then that made me think about the 1800s. I was like, they always... Then again, people born in the 70s, because it was before I was born. I was like, man, that's kind of weird. You were born...
You mean like it's old?
No, just even when I was younger, someone born in the 70s, a decade before, not even...
Yeah.
Like, you could have been 79 3 years before. It's like, man, you were born in the 70s. That's crazy. That used to seem so long ago. But yeah, the 1800s, it wasn't that long ago. None of this shit was so long ago.
It's happening. I'm all right with it, though.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah. I feel good.
I don't know if I am. I mean, the fact that 4 months from now, it's already my birthday again. It's like 43. What the fuck?
Woo! 43 is scary. I forget that I'm 42. I felt more comfortable with 41 than I was at 42. But I mean, physically and moving through my life, I feel not at all what I would think 42 feels like.
I'm sure many people have felt that way.
Yeah.
And that's why everyone says the same things. What? When did this happen?
I know, but I don't like people say that and then they act their age. I don't feel like I don't mean that as a good thing. Like, act your age. And so, I don't mean to go off the rails and be insane, but I mean, like, you don't have to, just because you're 42 or, you know, it doesn't mean you can't still have a young spirit or like adventure or curiosity.
No, it's just depending on how you put it out there. If you're like, I'm a young spirit, then you come off as kind of pathetic. It's like,
yes.
oh,
Well, it's not authentic. That's not real.
Well, I think some people, maybe it is a true expression, but it's like, why you don't need to tell all of us this and also
you don't have to
act like a child in the process. Like, I like to ride ponies.
Yeah.
Like
Adulting, gross.
You're 50, dude.
Yeah, you can do both. You can be responsible and also still want to like travel and be open to new ideas.
All right, to wrap up the show, 2 years ago I posted in Mildly Interesting, my Kit Kat has a wafer in it. I thought it was being really funny because so many people were posting a mildly interesting Kit Kats without wafers.
That's funny.
That it became the norm that Kit Kats
Yes.
didn't have wafers. So I found it to be interesting that mine did have a wafer.
Haha.
It's also a green Kit Kat because it was Halloween colored.
Ew.
It's still,
it's not like that macho one?
No, it was
Okay.
just like the witch's Kit Kat or some shit.
Witch cat.
And then when the heat first turned on in the apartment 2 years ago, I took a montage video of the thermostat and the heaters heating up and hissing and stuff like that, and people didn't like it. They thought it was stupid.
Oh.
I said it to the
But
heat is
mildly
on.
interesting.
No,
that's
this was
the point.
This one was the... Yeah. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to play it. I set it to this song. I did my own edit of this song. It's just pans and zooms on the radiators. Algorithm. Algorithm.
Oh, okay.
Algorithm.
I don't think the algorithm catches it on a podcast.
That was a pretty good edit of that song, though, huh?
It's really good. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm good at editing music.
I am too. I made a edit in is the word of the day when I did that thing for the show that they didn't like. But I edited some of the music there and I thought, oh, can't even hear it.
Oh, I didn't know that they didn't like yours. I didn't know you had a version.
Well, they kept asking for it and then I made it and then they didn't like it.
It's still going on? I think it ran its course.
Word of the day?
Yeah.
It absolutely is still going on. And I hate the way he presents it. It's like half-assed.
I feel like it's run its
Because
course.
he presents it, he reads the definition, and there's no exploration really about the word and where it comes from and its etymology or like why it's called that. And then he just uses AI to make a sentence. And it's like, okay, well then what's the point? What are we doing? I think it's a half.
You got to have the language if you want
yeah.
to be an entertainer.
Well, I called it egalitarian, and that's not the right word earlier. But I'm not saying you can't make mistakes, but I am saying if you're going to do a word of the day, let's do it. And let's actually be interested and not like, I don't know. And anytime I talk about the pronunciation, he's like, well, It's like, okay,
Yeah, just
I can read
leave it alone.
the fucking
Here's
phonetic written. Okay.
Here's the last thing. This is a visual
Maybe
one.
I just know too much about stuff like that. And it's hard to hear somebody like not explore it.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
Can't undermine him.
No, I cannot.
The last thing I'm going to share. I thought that it was cool that I had
It's way cool.
a beer glass where the foam on the side of the glass made the shape of an underwater prehistoric creature.
Yeah.
And I posted that and mildly interesting side by side, a picture of the prehistoric underwater creature next to my beer glass that had the shape of the prehistoric underwater creature. And it only got not that many upvotes.
Well, that doesn't mean it's not cool. It just means like it didn't catch anybody at the right time, you know?
26. I mean, that's
Lightning in a bottle type of.
that's the
You should probably
definition.
post it again.
That's the definition of mildly interesting. Then it's a repost. Then people go through your history when they don't like something and if you post a comment or something and somebody wants to attack you, they go through your history and start dragging that shit out.
Oh. People are
There
weird.
was, I never used to pay.
I'm never on that side of Reddit. I only look at it for like advice or like recommendations. So I'm never on the part where people are really shitty to each other.
I don't really post about baseball. Like I have like 3 baseball posts, but I once posted in a Mets forum. Somebody said, I want to go to the Mets playoff game, but I don't have anyone to go with. Is it weird to go alone? And I said, no, and gave like an explanation. Didn't say anything about the team, didn't express any fandom. I'm also not a fan of the Mets. And then I posted something in baseball about the new playoff format from like a few years ago and completely dismissed because somebody said, of course she'd be sick, because it was saying I didn't like the new format and how baseball should be a marathon and not a sprint. And the new format really just gives the hottest team the advantage. Baseball's always weird because the best team doesn't necessarily win. It really has always kind of been about who's hot. But in the past, when there were fewer playoff teams and fewer series, you had to get to the playoffs. You had to be good throughout the season. Like, it really was a marathon. Like, a good baseball team's still going to lose a shitload of games. And with the new format, it takes some of that away. And I posted this thing, and I put a lot of thought into it, and immediately it's like, of course you'd say that as a fucking Mets fan, because the Mets suck this year. I was like, no, because this is what happened. The Mets have been eliminated from the playoffs. The person said they wanted to go to a playoff game. Then the Mets were eliminated. Then I posted that thing in the baseball subreddit. Nothing to do with the Mets. Like, I wasn't even thinking about the Mets. I didn't care that the Mets were eliminated. And somebody just, went through my history. And so I posted one thing in a Mets subreddit. That's the only baseball post I had at that point. And like, of course you'd say that. Like, okay, fine. Fuck this. Nobody. Fucking stupid. Fucking everyone. It's dumb. Their pride tied up in a dumb team. Yeah, my team's still in the playoffs, so of course
I know,
you'd
but
say
why
that.
you can't give those people any cred.
I really wanted to have a discussion about it. I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about because it was...
and maybe it still is, but like that one person's opinion doesn't matter.
Because baseball's giving a first round bye now to the best teams, and for the most part, a bye is not good in baseball. In football, you can rest and people can heal if they're injured, but you don't play baseball for a week. It kind of is just routine and muscle memory and doing the same fucking thing. I think that it throws players off, and it's not an advantage, and that the team that has to play in the wild card round before is actually hot and more likely to win, but. Nobody wanted to talk about that because you told a Mets fan to go to a game alone once. Fucking idiot. All right.
That's weird though. Don't pay attention to that shit.
This is an hour and 11-minute show. We're giving people way too much shit.
What?
It's too much. The last two were 104. This one's hour 11. End it.
Oh,
I gotta go. I got nothing.
All right. I gotta go too. I need to take a nap.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, rate and review. Tell your friends. Love you. Bye.